You're already at risk. Why not be armed and protected? All right. Again, you're already at risk. Why not be armed, protected, and make more money? Hey guys, welcome to Advancing Security, your source for security guard pro tips, security guard content, and guard life. I'm your host, a passionate security guard, Jay Gutierrez. Today we have an interesting topic. I try to make them all interesting, but this one I think is super interesting because it was inspired by Kevin Samuels, El Padrino of YouTube, El Godfather, who talks. If you don't know who he is yet, Google him, watch his content, because he talks about some real issues within the United States right now, from relationships, divorce, suicide, earning potential, family structure, all those things. And I'm like, how can I take that security and bring it in together? That being said, today's video is the hidden cost of being an unskilled, unarmed security guard. When it comes to Kevin Samuels' content, he constantly talking about high value people, men and women, and people making six figures, 10,000 a day and all that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. Today I'm talking about lifetime earnings and the hidden cost of being unskilled and unarmed. Let's first talk about the fact that as an unarmed guard, you have less options for jobs. A armed guard can do the job of an unarmed guard, but an unarmed guard cannot do the job of an armed guard. Being an armed guard means you're more specialized. Being specialized means you have more lucrative opportunities that unarmed guards do not have, because unarmed guards tend to make, I think, 70 to 80% of the guard workforce. I remember a number I threw out once. It might be more than that. I remember a video I did. I think it was only 12% of security guards are armed. That being said, everybody's fighting for the same jobs then. That means those jobs that are unarmed pay less because there's a vast majority, there's too many, people wanting to do that job. I remember I was working in a school once, one of my favorite posts, and it was dominated by women. It was like 5 guys. It was a security team, 2 male teachers or 3 male teachers, and it was the facility team. We were like 5-6 guys, and everybody else was female employees. And one of the female employees was like, we don't get paid enough as teachers because of patriarchy and all that stuff. And then she got mad at me because I told her, well, when you become a CEO of a company, or you have your own company and you want to hire people, and now there's more people willing to do the job, you can pay them less. And I told her straight up, man, this is a woman that was educated, has a master's degree, and she didn't like my response to or comment to what we're talking about. That goes back to being an unarmed guard. If there's a bunch of jobs out there and there's a bunch of people willing to do it, the job is not going to pay that much because it takes less skills to do that job. But the more specialized you become, the more you could charge, the more your agency can charge, the more important and value you bring into the security guard industry. Being an unarmed guard will make it so you have less earning potential. And most likely after a year or two, you're like, yo, I'm not making it here. I'm not making the average wage of $45, $50, which is the average salary in the US, to feel comfortable. I gotta get out of here and gain some new skills or go to another job. And you really don't want to be job hopping a lot. You don't want to switch from career to career to career. I'm on my 4th one, just so you know. And every time you switch from one career to another, yeah, some skills do transfer over and you can use that on your resume. But just like college credits, not every university will accept them. If you got 100 college credits in one university, you go to another one, they'll probably take about 40, depending on what you're studying, right? And what their curriculum looks like. Just throwing out some examples out there for you guys. So it's important that you guys gain specialities. CPR is a good one. AED, learning first responder skills will help you greatly. Learning fire safety will help you greatly. And if you don't want to pay for that stuff, become a volunteer firefighter. Volunteer firefighters get a lot of training. You put 1 or 2 years in that, you're gonna get a whole lot of free training. Of course, you're paying it off technically by volunteering, and you're also gonna get emergency management skills, which high potential security guard jobs are looking for. I was planning on doing that. Then I got into a car accident. Story for the podcast, I guess. I don't know. But that's a strategy you can use to not pay for those skills. The other day I was in my warehouse job, and I was telling a young man, like, yo, if I were you, I'll get into welding. I know this job that'll start paying $18.50 for no certification. They'll train you, and after you do 2 or 3 months there, you'll be making $20 plus. In a couple of years, you'll be making 6 figures as a welder, and you don't have to pay nothing. They're paying you, you're earning, and you're learning. Isn't that great? Like, you got to find out these opportunities for yourselves. That being said, when it comes to security, you don't have those type of opportunities always for everything. Like learning firearm, getting firearm certifications, you're going to probably have to get a license. You're going to have to pay for a course. You're going to have to buy your own firearm, your own bullets and everything. There's a lot of hidden costs to that. I got a holster the other day. I got my firearm, my SAR USA 9, and I just received an email last week from my armed security guard instructor, which I'm taking this course this month at a university here in Pennsylvania, or the email said, I need 3 mags. I was like, I only got 2 right now. And that's a hidden cost right there. I might be losing myself a little bit. But going back to the whole thing about earning potential and unknown costs and all that stuff. As a security guard, if you become specialized, you have more opportunities. One of the easiest specializations you can do, and you can network and meet great people and have fun doing it, is becoming an armed guard. Learning firearm safety, learning how to shoot, becoming licensed is a great way to get more lucrative job offers. You could do this as an armed guard in an armored truck. You could get paid 25 plus, depending on the gig. You can do executive protection, make more. Once you get more specialized, you can make 6 figures with that easily, right? There's people out there that do security work armed that just drive people from the hotel to the airport and back, and they're making some serious money. The downside of it, from what I've heard, this is all the kind of conversations I've had with other security guards, is that you're on call 24/7, but you make like $90,000 a year and above. Like, it's crazy. You can make some good money as an armed guard. Being an unarmed guard, it's okay too. But again, you have less options. You can still make it to supervisor. You can make it to a security guard director. Depending on the job, you can do it. You got the skills, you got the wills, great. But you don't have the specialized training that requires, licensing, that requires certifications and stuff like that. You can do it. Now, you can ask yourself, what is my earning power as an unarmed guard and being an armed guard? You have more opportunities as an armed guard. Just give me the straightforward answer if that's what you guys want. Then you also have to talk about the risk factor. 42 security guards were killed last year. A lot of them were not armed, and a lot of them were just shot. It was one of those situations, and these things happen in real life. It's getting dangerous out there, and there's a lot of gaslighting, and it's from the media and a whole bunch of different sources, which is a topic for another day and maybe not for this channel. You're already at risk. Why not be armed and protected? All right. Again, you're already at risk. Why not be armed, protected, and make more money for yourself and your family? Besides that, think about if you get hurt as an unarmed security because of a combative situation. Do you have temporary disability? Can you get it? Are you going to have to sue? Are you going to be on workers' comp? What's happening there? But if you would have had a firearm, possibly you could have protected yourself or somebody else. What about if you become expired on duty? Does your job provide your family some type of life insurance? Is it just $15K for your funeral, or are they giving you $50, $150, or $150 a year? I've had jobs that only covered $15K. I've had jobs that covered $50. I literally had jobs that offered $150 if I were to die while on duty. That's not the kind of money your family would like to make, but if you were to be protected on that level in your job, won't you prefer that type of job as well? You're going back to, you're already at risk. And let's be real, 99% of the time, most of us will be fine, but there's that 1 out of 100, that 1 out of every 100 days where a situation can happen. And trust me, or trust yourself and ask yourself, would I have been better off with a firearm that day, with a vest on, Would I have been better off that day? Could that whole situation be averted if I had more training? Ask yourself these real tough questions. There are a lot of hidden costs when you're not armed, and there's some hidden costs when you are armed because you have to do a small investment. My firearm cost me $450, right? I have to now order a extra magazine for the armed security guard course. I have to pay. That's another $45. I had to buy a holster, another $45. I had to buy a magazine, speed load, buy a belt. I had to pay for the course, which was $350. I had to buy 1,000 rounds because at least 200 of those rounds was just for me to break in the firearm and become competent with it. There's a lot of hidden costs to everything. But being unarmed costs you way more in the long run than being armed. Armed gives you so many opportunities for safety and jobs. That's it, and that's that, guys. Take care, so love yourself. If you found value in this video, please press like. Leave a comment down below saying thank you. You can also ask me some questions. Guys, this is your channel. Let me know what type of content security-wise you want to see. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers before my 1-year anniversary is up with YouTube and this channel. So take care, so love yourself. Like I said, ciao, lo quiero mucho.